I feel like my addiction started my freshman year of college. I was a normal high school kid. I smoked pot occasionally. I drank beers, but there was never any hard drug use. I got to college. I lost kind of the structure of athletics and the structure of being home and your mom and dad checking on you and that, kind of thing. And I went to college in Washington, D.C. I'm born and raised in New York City, and I was pledging a fraternity, and a friend gave me a Xanax to try, and that kind of spiraled me into drug use. I remember taking my first Xanax and was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, I'm not worried, I'm not anxious, I'm not thinking about my problems, I'm not thinking about how I'm failing all of my classes. I don't care what my parents think, I don't care what this person thinks. Um, and shortly after that, a couple months later, I went to my first outpatient treatment center, and then I went back to school a year later, and I was like, okay, I can't do Xanax. And then my friend gave me an OxyContin, and then I started using OxyContin. And my Xanax abuse started in 2012. My OxyContin use started in 2014, and then it was an occasional on the weekend kind of thing. And then fast forward 18 months after my taking my first OxyContin pill, I was doing 900 milligrams a day of OxyContin, and
Oh,
it was I was doing 30 milligram pills a day, and it costed about $30 a pill, and it was that combined with using cocaine to stay awake because the oxys would make you want to sleep. And it was just this, I was like a mad scientist trying to figure out how I could feel so good on these pills, but also try and function so that no one would notice and that I could keep getting high. Um, Obviously, I mean, at that time I was 20 years old,
mhm.
and I was trying to finish school. I had no job. My parents were giving me an allowance, and that's what kind of led me to start stealing from my family to fund this addiction. And um, I remember I went to treatment for the first time in December of 2016. I remember in August of 2016, a couple months before that, I was alone, and I was it's probably 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was just remember sitting there being like, I don't know how this is going to keep going. Like, how can this last any longer? I have no money. I'm stealing left and right from my parents. Mom, I need you to PayPal this person. It's my tutor. Like,